who have been planning the reunion for the past 10 years. Elizabeth is returning from Tuscaloosa, where she is the first female head coach of a Division I football team at the University of Alabama. Bailey is flying in from Hollywood as she's just finished filming the lead role in a whole series adaptation. The next to arrive is Blakely, who would barely fit time into her schedule to make it to the reunion from Orlando, where she's a Disney World veterinarian. Harper Rawls then walks in wearing designer clothes and carrying the newest Hermes bag after marrying the first tech company CEO she saw. Jenna Pearson sluggishly walks in after her 12-hour shift as a NICU nurse and brings a banner reading Bessemer Academy Class of 2025 Reunion with the misspelled words. Chloe Nunley walks in from her job as a pediatric nurse sporting her fig scrubs and a 20-carat diamond on her finger. Sophie Raymond, the last and late SGA member to arrive, skirting her car into her parking spot with a pencil in her hair as a professional animator at Walt Disney. London Odom is getting out of her car with Sophie as she's quickly trying to pull her Batman mask off her face and go back to being an FBI agent at day to avoid blowing her cover as Batman. Brendan Weston pauses Lady Gaga as he's yelling at Sophie in London with an attitude to wait up as he parks in his Rolls Royce, now an official CRNA nurse, with 4 Secret Service agents, Truman McArdle, the President of the United States. After they lowered the age just for him, walks in. He's on the phone trying to pardon Watson Rogers, who's in prison for accidentally sending his tax fraud receipts to the FBI. Jessie Sloan comes in with bodyguards surrounding her and is officially the First Lady of the United States of America. Reagan Humphreys and Olivia Brackner slowly walk in as they're in recovery from the first ever successful human conjoining surgery. Following after is Cole Foster, covered in spit up and baby food as he is a stay-at-home dad to 12 kids. Logan Maddox and Joshua Thompson walk in smacking each other against the head while still arguing about who is the better fisherman. Logan is now a professional NASCAR driver, while Joshua Thompson is his biggest rival. Then, professional photographers Madeline Logan and Kinsley Bonner walk in ready to photograph the entire event, even though they could care less and would rather be comfy at home. Callie Jo Limley then walks in wearing her crown from her most recent title as Miss America. Following her, Aiden Langston and Tamia Clark walk in with their Bibles, ready to share a devotion with the class, as they are now both youth pastors. Jacob Rowell, Jeremiah Miles, and Tyson Smith step off a bus driven by Jaron Jones, while all wearing their Super Bowl rings they won in the 2035 Super Bowl. Zane Oliver then pulls up in his 4Runner, decked out in advertisements for the gym he owns. Libby Salter and Brooklyn Allen walk in together. Libby is a professional cosmetologist, and Brooklyn is a nurse at a UAB. Nick Smith then hobbles in after walking for days, as he's been without a car for the past 10 years. Somehow no one knew. Warren Hudson comes in explaining his lacrosse career, which he hid from everyone during high school and somehow ended up on the FBI's most wanted, all while he himself does not know why. Following him, Pierce walks in carrying his Guinness World Record for the longest time without sleep, ready to show it off to everyone.
Alex Stridicus walks in with the steering wheel in hand because on the way, his Jeep fell apart. Marissa Robledo slugs behind him as she has to push the Jeep. Following them, Jackson Reinhardt and Mims Morris walk in, each wearing 2 gold medals from the 2028 and 2032 Olympics, from the 110 hurdles for Jackson and the discus for Mims. All of a sudden, everyone inside starts hearing loud noises coming from the parking lot and begins to get worried. Turns out, it is Blaine Robinson, George Shanks, and Alex Reynolds pulling in the parking lot with their extremely loud vehicles. Drew Patterson then stumbles in with 2 black eyes after he used his experience from high school to join a fight club. Men's fashion designer Eric Young walks in wearing clothes from his most recent clothing line based on Super Mario, while also flexing his newest store location in New York City. Kira Skinner then walks in, yarn in hand, crocheting a bag to keep her books in, as she is now a high school English teacher at Bessemer Academy. Following her, Hunter Braswell is walking in with a GoPro strapped to his chest, streaming the reunion, and he is now the biggest followed streamer, and he is also the president of Streamer University. Madison Mergenthal and Allie Mae Linton walk in laughing with matching outfits and giant diamonds on their fingers after barely convincing each other to attend the reunion. Computer in hand, Maddie Barnett walks in ready to work as she's now a graphic designer for an NFL team and needs to make the graphics for the upcoming game. Following her, Carter Coles is followed by paparazzi being bantered with questions about his upcoming fight with Drew Patterson and is now an undefeated MMA fighter. Jacob Ransom, whose car wash business has boomed, now uses it as a side job since signing a contract with NBC and is now host of his late night talking show, the Don't Blame, I'm Just Jacob show. Although no one saw him come in, Clint Ritchie walked out of the bathroom and when asked how long he had been there, he replied with, "I'm the one who unlocked the gym doors." Jacob Richardson comes in after being on the phone with Dr. Miller, arguing about a test from high school that he did not make an A on. Then Alex McLaughlin walks in with a new haircut and an Alabama shirt on, as he is considered the father of a frat and is on the phone trying to get his frat boys to behave. Then Cole Parker walks in, and after trying to get his degree multiple times after being accused of plagiarism, he is finally a mechanical engineer, still recovering from squirrel scratches all over his face. Avery Walker, who now owns her very own tea shop after becoming obsessed with deep roots, then walks in. Out of nowhere, everyone hears a loud crash and the lights go out. When trying to walk outside to see what it was, everyone realized the creek had flooded once again and they were all stuck inside the gym. After some time, everyone realized Isaac Reach had hit the power pole while trying to update the Rep School account one last time and caused the lights to go out. Everyone was asking about Gage Bartlett because he never showed up.